Good morning. Today we will study evaluation of double integrals. In this lecture, we extend the concept of definite integrals to functions of two variables. Whereas functions of one variable are usually integrated over intervals, functions of two variables are usually integrated over regions in two-dimensional space. So calculating such integrals will require some new techniques. Once we have developed the basic method for integrating functions of two variables, we will show how such integrals can be used to calculate the surface area and volumes of solid. Suppose f is a continuous and non-negative function in the region R. Then the double integral may be expressed as by writing the symbol and integrating the function fxy with respect to dA in the region R. dA is the small area which is nothing but dx into dy in the region R. This function fxy is both positive and negative in the region R. It may have positive value in the region R. It may have negative value in the region R. So the positive value of this double integral means that there is more volume above R than below. And if the value of this double integral is negative, it means there is more volume below than above. If the value of this double integral is 0, then it means the volume above R is same as the volume below R. Since this function fxy is non-negative, the double integral can be interpreted as the volume of solid S that is bounded above by the surface z equal to fxy and below by the region R. We know that partial derivative of a function fxy is calculated by holding one of the variables fixed and differentiating with respect to the other variable. Let us consider the reverse of this process. The integration of this function fxy with respect to x between the limits ab denote the partial integral of the function fxy with respect to x. This much. This portion. This denote the partial derivative of the partial definite integral with respect to x, and it is evaluated by holding y fixed and integrating with respect to x. So it is a function of y. Similarly, this if we integrate fxy with respect to y between the limits cd, then this portion is a partial definite integral with respect to y and is evaluated holding x fixed and integrating with respect to y. So it is a function of x. So this double integration is a two-stage integration process and is called iterated integration or repeated integration. So this is the result. If R is a rectangle which is defined between as x is between a and b and y is between c and d, and fxy is continuous in the integral, then the integration of fxy with respect to x and then integrating it with respect to y between the limits c and d is same as the integration of fxy with respect to y and then integrating it with respect to x between the limits a, b, and the integration of fxy between the region dA in the region R. So it states that a double integration can be evaluated by integrating first with respect to x and then with respect to y, or first integrating with respect to y and then integrating with respect to x. So this allows us to evaluate the double integral over a rectangle by converting it into iterated integrals. And this can be done in two ways, both of which produce the value of the double integral. and the conclusion of the double integral of fxy over R has the same value as either of the two possible integrated iterated integrals is true when f is negative at some point in R. So first we uh, take some example, and we will show that how to evaluate double integral by calculating two successive single integrals. Suppose we are required to evaluate the function 40 minus 2xy between the limits where x varies from 1 to 3 and y varies from 2 to 4. This 40 minus 2xy is this plane region, and uh, the value of y, this is y-axis, y varies from 2 to 4 and x varies from 1 to 3. So this is the reason where y varies from 2 to 4 and x varies from 1 to 4, and this region is bounded above by the plane z equal to 40 minus 2xy. So first we will integrate with respect to y keeping x constant, and then we will integrate it with respect to x between the limits 1 and 3. So integration of 40 minus 2xy with respect to y treating x constant is 40y, because integration of 1 is y, 40 is constant, 40y minus 2x is constant because we are integrating with respect to y, and integration of y is y square upon 2. Limits of y are from 2 to 4 here. So it is, we are integrating between the limits 2 and 4. We know how to evaluate this function. First substitute the upper limit, then substitute the lower limit and write the minus sign in between. So when we substitute the upper limit, this is 40 into 4 minus 2 and 2 will cancel out, x into 4 square which is 16 minus substitute the lower limit, 40 into 2 minus x into 2 square which is 4, and now we will integrate this with respect to x, and x varies from 1 to 3. This is the given region. So if you simplify this, 40 4s are 160, 42s are 80, so 160 minus 80 is 80. This is minus 16x, and this is minus and minus plus 4x, so it is minus 12x. So this is the, now we are left with the function 80 minus 12x. This is the region shown in the figure, 80 minus 12x. So if you integrate it with respect to x, this is 80x, integration of x is x square by 2, and this is 12 is constant. Substitute the upper limit, 80 into 3 minus, this is 12, this is 2. So 2 6 are 12, this is 6 here. So 3 square is 9. Minus, substitute the lower limit, 80 into 1 minus 6 into 1. If you simplify it, you will get 160 minus 48, which is nothing but 112. So in this double integration, we have first integrated with respect to y and then with respect to x. And we will show that we can also integrate first with respect to x, then with respect to y, and we will get the same result. We have considered the same function just to demonstrate that we can integrate first with respect to x as well as first with respect to y, as we have discussed in the theorem. So if we integrate 40 minus 2xy first with respect to x, so its integration will be 40x minus 2y are constant. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Now the limits of x are 1 to 3. So we are integrating between the limits 1 and 3. Substitute the upper limit, 40 into 3. 2 and 2 will cancel out. So it is 3 square into y. So 9y minus lower limit, 40 into 1 minus 2 and 2 will cancel out. 1 square into y. Now we will integrate this function with respect to y. If you simplify this, it is nothing but 80 minus 8y. So this is the region 80 minus 8y. This is the function 80 minus 8y. So if you integrate this with respect to y, so it is 80y minus 8y square upon 2. Substitute the upper limit. So 80 into 4, this is 8, this is 2. So 2 4s are 8. So this is 4 and 4 square is 16. Minus lower limit, 80 into 2 minus 4 into 2 square. 2 square is 4. So if you simplify it, it is 160 minus 48 and we get 112. So in both the cases, if we here we integrated first with respect to y and then with respect to x. Here we have integrated first with respect to x, then with respect to y. In both the cases, the result is same. So now we will use the double integration to find the volume of solid that is bounded above by the plane z equal to 4 minus x minus y and below by the rectangle 0 1 by 0 2. X varies from 0 to 1 and y varies from 0 to 2. So this is the plane z equal to 4 minus xy. So this is the shape of the solid which is bounded above by the plane z equal to 4 minus x minus y, and this is the rectangle R. Here x varies from 0 to 1, y varies from 0 to 2, and this is the base of the solid, and this is the rectangle, this given rectangle. Now we will find the volume of z minus 4 z equal to 4 minus x minus y over r using the double integral. So we know that by the theorem v is equal to double integration of fxy over the region r is equal to integration of 4 minus x minus y, first with respect to x between the limits 0 and 1, and then with respect to y between the limits 0 and 2. And also this is equal to the double integration of 4 minus x minus y, first with respect to y between the limits 0 and 2, and then with respect to x between the limits 0 and 1. So all these three are same. You may evaluate integrate it first with respect to x or first with respect to y. So I have considered this one. So v is equal to double integration of 4 minus x minus y over the region 0 1 by 0 2. X varies from 0 to 1 and y varies from 0 to 2. If we integrate it first with respect to x, it is 4x minus x square upon 2 minus xy. Here the limits are 0 to 1. Substitute the upper limit. So it is 4 into 1, 4 minus 1 upon 2 and 1 into y. So it is y. Minus lower limit, it is 0, it is 0, it is 0. I have not written the 0 part. Now this is a function 4 minus 1 upon 2 minus y. If you simplify it, it is 4 to the 8 minus 1, 7 by 2 minus y. Now we will integrate this function with respect to between the limits 0 and 2. So if you integrate it between the limits 0 and 2, so it will be 7 upon 2 into 2 minus 2 square upon 2. So it is 7 upon 2 into 2. So it is 7. So 2 square means 4 upon 2 is 2. Minus 0. This is 0, this is 0. I have not written the 0 part. 7 minus 2 is 5. So we have calculated the volume of solid that is bounded above by 4 minus x minus y and below by this rectangle where y varies from 0 to 2 and x varies from 0 to 1, and this is nothing but 5. You may also use this formula. Now we will evaluate the double integral of y square x over dA over the rectangle minus 3 less than equal to x less than equal to 2 and 0 less than equal to y less than equal to 1. So this is the rectangle. Here x varies between minus 3 and 2 and y varies from 0 and 1. So this is the rectangle. So in view of the theorem, the value of the double integral can be obtained by evaluating one of the two possible iterated double integrals. So we choose to first integrate with respect to x and then with respect to y. We can select the reverse of this also. So the integration of y square x over the region R is equal to integration of y square x between the limits minus 3 to 2. These are the limits of x and 0 to 1 are the limits of y. So if we first integrate with respect to x, we will treat y square as constant. Y square is constant. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Limits are from minus 3 to 2. Substitute the upper limit. So it is upper limit means this is 2 square. So 4y square upon 2. Substitute the lower limit. This is minus 3. So y square minus 3 whole square is 9. So 9y square upon 2. So this is 4y square upon 2. This is minus 9y square upon 2. So this is minus 5y square upon 2. So this is the function of y and the limits of integration for y are 0 to 1. If you integrate it with respect to y, so it is minus 5 by 2 constant. Integration of y square is y cube upon 3. Limits are from 0 to 1. Substitute the upper limit. So it is minus 5 upon 6. Substitute the lower limit. For lower limit it is 0. So I have skipped the 0 part. So the double integration of y square of x is equal to minus 5 upon 6 over the rectangle R. This is the rectangle R. So the integral in this example can be interpreted as the net signed volume between the rectangle minus 3 2 by 0 to 1 and the surface z equal to x square y. Because this is negative, it means it is the volume below z equal to y square x and above 0 to by 0 1 minus the volume z equal to y square x and below minus 3 0 and 0 1. This is shown here in the figure. The rectangle 0 to 0 1. This is 0 to and this is 0 1. This portion. And this is minus 3 to 0 and this is 0 1. So this portion. So the net integral is the volume is it is a volume below z equal to y square by x and above 0 2 by 0 1 minus the volume above z equal to y square x and below minus 3 0 by 0 and 1. It is clear from the figure also. So we have calculated the double integral of y square x over this rectangle. This is a total rectangle. X is between minus 3 and 2 and y is between 0 and 1. This is x-axis, this is y-axis and this is z-axis. Now the plane regions can be extremely complex and the theory of double integrals over very general region is a topic of advanced courses in mathematics. We will limit our study of double integration to two basic type of region which we call type 1 region and type 2 region. Here the type 1 region is defined as it is bounded on the left by x equal to a, on the right by x equal to b, and is bounded below by the curve y equal to g1x and above y equal to g2x. Here g1x is less than or equal to g2x. It is clear from this figure also. And x lies between a and b. So this region is called the, which is shown blue in the diagram, is called the type 1 region. It is bounded by the vertical line x equal to a, x equal to b, and the curve y equal to g1x and y equal to g2x. And this region is called the type 2 region. It is bounded below by x equal to h2y, above y x equal to h2y. Oh, sorry. It is bounded by the above by the horizontal line y equal to c. So this is the line y equal to c. Y equal to d. And here it is a line y equal to c. So it is bounded below by the line y equal to c, above by the line y equal to d. On the left, it is bounded by the continuous curve x equal to h1y, and here it is bounded by the curve x equal to h2y. Of course, h1y is less than or equal to h2y, and y lies between c and d. So this portion which is shown blue in the region is the type 2 region. Here it is bounded between c and d. Y varies from c to d, and x varies from h1y to h2y. So this is the region 2. If in the region R, the integration of fxy is equal to integration of fxy with respect to y between the region g1x to g2x, and we will get the function of x. Then we will integrate with respect to x between the limits a to b. If the region is of the form y, which we call type 2 region, then the integration over this region is equal to integration of fxy with respect to x between the limits h1y and h2y. Then on integration we will get the function of y, and then we will integrate the function of y so obtained between the limits c and d. So now we will show how to integrate using the double integration over non-rectangular regions. Note that in this one, the limit of integration in the outer integrals are constant. This is from a to b, and in the integral 2 also, the limit of integration in the outer integrals are constant. These are from c to this. This is consistent with the fact that the value of each integrated interval, each iterated integral, is a number that represents a net signed volume. Here it is variable, here it is variable. These are the limits of y, these are the limits of x, but outer limits are constant. It means that the value of each iterated integral is a number that represents a net signed volume. Now we will show how to evaluate double integrals over regions which are other than rectangles. In previous example, we had evaluated the integrals over the rectangular regions. So this is the integration of y square x. Here y varies from minus x to x square and x varies from 0 to 1. So this is the diagram. This is a line y equal to x square, and this is the line y equal to minus x, and x varies from 0 to 1. So we are required to find the double integration in this region. Clearly this is not rectangular in shape. Now we will find the double integration between this region. So first we will integrate with respect to y and then with respect to x. Keep this in mind while evaluating the double integral. First integrate with respect to the variable having variable limit, treating other variable constant, and then integrate with respect to the other variable with constant limit. So here the limits of y are variable, so we are integrating first with respect to y. So if you integrate it with respect to y, the integration of y square is y cube upon 3. It is y cube upon 3 and x is constant. So limits are from minus x to x square. Substitute the upper limit. So x square cube is x raised to 6 upon 3, and this is x, minus substitute the lower limit, minus x whole cube. So it is minus x cube upon 3, and this is x. If you simplify it, it is x7 upon 7 minus and minus plus x4 x cube into x raised to 4 upon 3. Now we will integrate it with respect to x. So integration of x raised to 7 is x raised to 8 upon 8, and this is 3. Integration of x raised to 4 is x raised to 5 upon 5, and this is 3. Now the limits are from 0 to 1. So it is, if you substitute the upper limit, 1 upon 8 3s are 24. This is 1 upon 5 3s are 15. If you substitute the lower limit, we will get 0 here, we will get 0 here. Now this is 1 upon 24 plus 1 upon 15. If you simplify it, it is nothing but 13 upon 120. So the integral in this example is the double integral of the function fxy equal to y square x over the type 1 region. This is the type 1 region bounded on the left by the vertical line x equal to 0 and on the right by vertical line x equal to 1. Below by the curve y equal to minus x, and above by the curve y equal to x square. So this is the integration in type 1 region. Now consider one more example. The integration of x sin y between the limits 0 to cos y and 0 to pi by 3. So here the limits of x are variable. X varies from 0 to cos y. This is the function cos y. So x varies from 0 to cos y. Y varies from 0 to pi by 3. Limits of y are constant. So first we will evaluate the integration with respect to x. So if we integrate with respect to x, y is constant. So sin y I have written as it is. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Limits are from 0 to cos y. So if we substitute here, so it is cos square y upon 2 sin y. Now we will integrate it with respect to y. For 0, the value is 0. So I have not written the 0 part. We know how to integrate this type of function. If we substitute cos y equal to t, then minus sin y dy is equal to dt. The lower limit is 0. So for y equal to 0, cos 0 is 1, so t is 1. So for upper limit is pi by 3. For y equal to pi by 3, cos pi by 3 is 1 upon 2, so t is 1 upon 2. So instead of integrating between the limits 0 to pi by 3, we are integrating with respect to 1 to 1 upon 2. And cos square is t square. Sin y dy. Sin y dy minus sin y dy is dt. So sin y dy is minus dt. I have written minus outside the integral sign. So dt. Integration of t square is t cube upon 3 and this 2. Limits are from 1 to 1 by 2. Substitute the upper limit. So it is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 cube is 1 upon 8. So 3 into 2 is 6 minus the lower limit 1 upon 6. So it is 1 upon 48 minus 1 upon 6. So it will be minus 7 upon 48. Outside we have minus sign. So it is 7 upon 48. So the integral in the example is the double integral of the function fxy, which is equal to x sin y over type 2 region, bounded below by horizontal line y equal to 0 and above y equal to pi by 3. And on the left we have the curve x equal to 0. On the right we have the curve x equal to cos y. So this is the integration in the type 2 region. Thank you.